Hey everybody, Laura with AudioControl here with a quick guide to the output view on your AudioControl DSP. The information I talk about here will be relevant whether you have a DM series product or a D series amplifier. We'll start at the top where we have the numbered output channels. Here we see all of the available outputs and can change which output we're looking at so we can make adjustments as needed. Below each channel is a box where you can set a custom name for each output. So if you're going to use the 1 and 2 output to power your tweeters, you can name this channel Tweets, Highs, Bird Noises, or any other name to help you remember what's coming out of this channel. Next, we'll move down to the Output Summing panel. Here you'll see a list of the DSP's inputs that can be summed to the selected output. This selection determines what input source is fed to the selected output. For more information on summing, check out our summing tutorial video. Below output summing is the level slider, which allows you to adjust the volume output of this channel. You can also select the remote volume level button here so that the level is controlled by the ACR3 knob. Any channel where the level button is highlighted will be adjustable using the ACR3. Under Output Configuration, you can switch from stereo to mono, reverse the polarity of the speakers with the 180-degree button, or link this output to the adjacent output so they share the same settings. When channels are linked, any change made to one side is applied to the other, except for the crossover settings. One of the linked outputs will become a low-passed output, and the other output will become a high-passed output on the crossover. Speaking of the crossover, here you can adjust the low pass and high pass settings. The default settings for channel 1 and 2 is for a typical door speaker. The high pass is set to 90 Hz, so it doesn't play anything too low for a typical door speaker. You can then adjust accordingly depending on what your particular speaker specifications are. The 12 and 24 decibels per octave buttons change the amount that frequencies pass above or below the selected crossover. By default, the crossover is set to 24 dB per octave, a steep frequency roll-off that quickly helps cut off any frequencies outside of the crossover range. At 12 dB per octave, the roll-off is more gradual, meaning you'll be able to hear more of the frequencies just outside of the designated crossover range as they fade out. Below the crossover is the delay, which by default is set to inches, but can be changed to centimeters or milliseconds in the Tools menu. The left delay always affects the odd-numbered channel, and the right delay always affects the even-numbered channel. In this instance, 1 is left and 2 is right. The AccuBass panel allows you to add AudioControl's bass roll-off recovery system, where the threshold tells AccuBass when to turn on. When the threshold is all the way down, AccuBass is always on. When the threshold is all the way up, AccuBass is always off. The level slider changes how strong the effect is, and bypass will stop the AccuBass effect from passing to the output. The active light here tells you if the AccuBass is currently on or off. For more information on AccuBass, check out our AccuBass tutorial video or the knowledge base article linked in the video description. That's all for now. In our next video, we'll talk about the features of the output RTA and EQ. For information on other settings in the DM Smart DSP app, check out our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the latest information on AudioControl products.